Ash's Greninja returning to train Ash's Lucario, Ash squaring off against Raihan to earn a spot in the Masters 8, an Alola Battle Royale, the return of Puny Pupil's Paul, as stated in a recent trailer, the climax begins. And the next stretch of the Pokemon anime is going to be a wild one, so let's talk about it. Hey everyone, it's Charles. How are you today? Welcome back to the finest YouTube studio in the realm. After 2 relaxed and wholesome episodes of Pokemon Journeys, the Ice Beam is about to hit the Rotom fan. So today's plan is to discuss what exactly is in store for us over the next month of the anime, breaking down the trailers and information regarding episode 108 and episode 109, and discussing what is likely just around the bend based on what we know. But before we hit the juicy nuggets, I would just like to take a quick 20 seconds to remind you all that I am hosting a chance to win a $50 Nintendo eShop card code. To enter, just download Jurassic World Alive on your mobile device or tablet using my creator link in the description or pinned comment below. Take a screenshot once you hit level 10, post it on Twitter, and tag me at charusharu. The contest ends on May 20th, 2022, so good luck. And with that said, it's Juicy Nugget time. We were recently treated to trailers for both episode 108 and 109 of Pokemon Journeys. So let's discuss how the information we have learned ties into other information that we've acquired from other sources, and where the series is headed this month. In a trailer for episode 108, we saw Ash and Go bump into some of those nasty, stinky stinker roots from the XY era of the anime, and it looks like the gang gets into a bit of trouble, only for Greninja to suddenly zip into the sky and bail the gang out. Indeed, Satoshi Gekkoga is back for the first time in 6 years. Another trailer courtesy of Pokemon variety show Pokédoko added shots of Greninja using Double Team and Cut, good old Cut, very useful for cutting giant gnarly roots. And according to a TV Guide episode blurb, Lucario proceeds to challenge Greninja to a battle in which Greninja wipes the floor with the blue Batman Jackal. Apparently, following the battle, Greninja wants to help Lucario become stronger, and the Bond training montage begins. I was worried about how exactly Greninja might be handled, but positioning Greninja as the powerful mentor to Lucario, a mentor who mops the floor with it, then helps it level up, is chef's kiss material. Also, based on additional shots in the trailer, it appears that the aura and bond phenomenons are connected in some way, or perhaps even the same thing, with Ash and Greninja performing the bond transformation, getting perfectly in sync, and Lucario thereafter jumping in on the action. And as we see in the April 2022 episode trailer that came out for episode 109, Ash and Lucario are indeed able to get perfectly in sync in their upcoming battle, so good job Greninja. Now pretty please, just rejoin Ash's team. Back in the Pokemon anime's 25th anniversary trailer, we saw Ash and Lucario en route to Hammerlock, which we knew meant just one thing, a confrontation with Galarian hunky man Raihan. The scenario was locked down at the conclusion of episode 107, whereupon Ash received a notification that the Dragon Man would indeed be his next WCS match, with Raihan ranked at number 8 in the world, meaning that if Ash manages to defeat him, he will move up from number 9 to secure a spot in the Master Class. An episode blurb was also released stating that Ash battles Raihan but struggles with his weather manipulation battle style. And of course, the April 22 preview trailer threw additional hype on the hype fire. In the opening of that trailer, we see Ash asserting to Go that he will defeat Raihan and press forward to a match with Leon, and we also see shots of Ash and Lucario rolling into Hammerlock, as well as Raihan tending to his fans. Raihan is not particularly significant to Ash on a personal level, but we have seen him multiple times in the Pokemon Journeys series. He has played a part in setting up the power gauge in the current stretch of the anime, and anyone familiar with the Sword and Shield video games will have a good sense of just how much toppling Leon means to him. In fact, the trailer develops his character further through a real treat of a flashback, showing Raihan punching a crater into a wall following his loss to Leon 82 episodes earlier in episode 27. He states how he hasn't forgotten the sting of that loss, indicating just how crushing that experience was for him, and how hungry he is to get back on track. And as a side note, Raihan's new VA, Yoshitsugu Matsuoka, aka Kirito, aka Inosuke, aka the Food Man, is killing it. And in all seriousness, the narrator raises the stakes of this match beyond the stakes of any match that Ash has had thus far when he informs us that this battle will be the final opportunity for a trainer to break into the Masters 8. Thus far, when Ash has suffered losses in the series, he has pursued rematches against trainers such as the Bee, and even when he has ranked down, he has had opportunities to rank up and keep the dream alive. But this is it, everything is coming down to the wire at long last. And honestly, this is perhaps the the first time that we have seen this tournament truly mean as much to another trainer as it means to Ash. And whoever loses this match will lose the path to their dream, setting this up to be a truly wild encounter. And as a little bit of extra icing on the cake, we are actually treated to a few shots from the match itself. We see Ash's Lucario square off against Raihan's G-Maxed soap dispenser, Ash's Dragonite sinking a doozy into the side of Raihan's Flygon's face, Raihan's Goodra gearing up to use Surf, and Gengar biffing an Ice Punch. Gengar, we believe in you. Make good things happen. Lucario, Dragonite, Gengar. If someone asked me 10 years ago if we would ever see Ash leading this kind of squad into battle, well, I would just chuckle, pat their head, and tuck them in for the night to keep dreaming up crazy ideas. But alas, here we are in 2022. And Raihan is certainly no slouch himself, with Duraludon, Flygon, and Goodra on the card. Wow. Given that this is a 3 versus 3 matchup, I assume that this episode will not spend much time leading up to the battle, leaving us with close to 20 minutes on the clock for the battle itself, similar to what we enjoyed in the Ash vs Volkner matchup. Interestingly, we also see Ash suited up with both his Dynamax Band and Keystone, presumably leaving his options open to respond appropriately to whatever Raihan throws at him. But of course, it is already obvious which card Ash will play, based on the training session with Greninja in episode 108 alone. That said, it is possible that Masterclass battles could allow competitors to use more than one gimmick, and it is entirely possible that Ash may choose not to Mega Evolve Lucario and go with Gigantamax Gengar instead. But we shall see. Well, that is all that has been explicitly revealed of the iceberg to date, but based on the other information we know, let's piece together what could happen in the following weeks. At present, specific details are sparse, but if we look back to the 25th anniversary trailer, then we can get a good sense of what is to come. Essentially, Ash training up his team to hit even harder in the Masters 8. Firstly, we saw Pikachu using Iron Tail against an unknown opponent in front of the Haxorus door at the Battle Royale Dome in Alola. Secondly, there was another shot in the trailer of Ash looking rather downcast. And if we look closely, the background matches up with the design of that very same Haxorus door as seen from a different angle back in Sun and Moon. So whether he engages in another 4 Pokemon Battle Royale over in Alola, or a straightforward one-on-one, it appears that Ash will undergo some kind of training in his second home region, and possibly even suffer a loss that will damage his morale. And if so, that would inject a much-needed dose of insecurity into the career of a man who has not lost a match since way back in episode 51. Ash is always more interesting when he is on his back foot, and I would like to see one final redemption arc to set up the grand finale. Based on the 25th anniversary trailer, we also know that Ash will reunite with Paul, who appears to have trained up a male Garchomp who will tango with Ash's Dragonite. Whether Ash encounters Paul by chance or seeks him out to further hone his skills, for instance to bounce back from a loss in a Battle Royale in Alola, the particulars of the meetup remain unclear. But what is clear is that Paul is a character who has always pushed Ash to new heights, and the two reuniting for a special training session to prep Ash for his Masters 8 conquest would be quite the delight. Regardless of how exactly these scenarios unfold, the climax of Pokemon Journeys is finally in motion, and there is no better time than now to tune into the show. Ash's plotline is getting hot, Go and Chloe have their own story threads to resolve, big Masters 8 slugfests are inbound, and key characters are returning, or returning again. I'm pretty excited, but how about you?